Hey guys, okay, so I'm actually really annoyed right now because my lighting system, like the light in it, like blew out maybe like a week or two ago. So I got a new light bulb. Waited for it to come, was so excited to start filming, and it just blew out. Like it just blew out right now again. So this is annoying. The lighting right now sucks. I'm sorry. Now the sun's going down, so I can only film this video. I was supposed to have like I was gonna film like a whole bunch right now. So this sucks. This is not fair at all. Life is not fair. Life has just been really annoying lately. Actually, life's been really annoying lately, which is why I'm going to be making this video, my crazy hospital experience. It really has been annoying. So I wanted to make this video because I posted on Instagram a picture of my hospital bracelet, and I made the caption, "Well, today sucked." And I got so many comments from you guys saying, "What the heck happened? Oh my gosh." And I didn't respond to anyone. I normally do try to respond to your guys' Instagram comments, like interacting with you guys, but I was just in such like a bad mood, and I just really did not feel like even getting into it because I didn't even know what was like why I was even in the hospital. It was just so confusing. But now I want to explain it to you because yeah, I feel like I owe you guys this little story, and basically let's just get into it. So this happened 2 weeks ago. Actually 2 weeks ago. Yeah, 2 weeks ago. So it was a Saturday, and I decided to go for a run like I do every single day. I run every single day, so it's nothing abnormal. So I went for my run, and it was just a short one, around my block once, which was half a mile. So I don't like to, I'll make a whole blog post about it. If you guys don't know, I have a blog, link will be in the down bar, candidlyclancy.com. But there's a reason that I don't run a lot. Like, I don't run a lot of miles at a time, for actually a number of reasons. So yeah, so it was just, you know, a short little run. I came back, I wasn't out of breath or anything, I was fine. So I'm sitting on my couch, and then all of a sudden I notice my throat is getting very itchy. And I'm just like, that's weird. But I like didn't even think twice about it. I'm like, oh, because sometimes it's weird. Like I noticed recently when I run, sometimes my hands and feet get very itchy and they get swollen, and my throat might get a little bit itchy. Nothing, it doesn't restrict my breathing or anything, it just gets itchy. So I've been kind of looking it up lately. I'm like, am I like, it's not allergic to working out, but there is something called exercise-induced anaphylaxis. So I've been kind of worried about that lately, but not even worried. I wouldn't even call it worried. I've just been like, oh, maybe I have that, but it doesn't stop me. Nothing will ever stop me from working out, ever. So I'm sitting on my couch, and I'm on my laptop because I like to take like a 5-minute break from in between running, and then when I go into like my ab workouts, my arm workouts, I really need to do arm workouts. So I'm sitting on my couch, just like on my laptop, giving myself a little break, when I kind of noticed that I'm breathing like this. Like normally this is how you breathe, and it's kind of like this. Like there's like something kind of like blocking my breathing, I notice, and I'm like, oh crap. But I'm like, alright, just calm down, Clancy, relax, don't get worked up, it's gonna be fine. 1 more minute passes, and then I just like sprang up from the couch. I'm like, crap, like, oh crap. I noticed that it's difficult for me to breathe. My mom was like on the deck, and I go to my mom, and like I didn't want to freak her out. I didn't want to be like, I'm having an allergic reaction, because you guys, I'm sure you know by now, I have anaphylaxis, very bad allergies, I've had very bad experiences. So I didn't want to like, whoa, the sun just like came out to play, okay. So I didn't want to like freak her out. So I'm just like, you know how I told you sometimes when I run, like I might feel a little allergy-ish? She was like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, I feel it right now. And like I was trying to be so casual, but I was too casual, because she was like, oh, okay, and then I remember she just walked inside from the deck, and I remember just standing on the deck like, oh man, she does not understand, like, this is not good. So I go inside, and I notice I'm having even more difficulty breathing, and then at this point, I was starting to not be able to talk. Like, my words were being broken because there was no air to, like, support them, you know? Like, it was like it was getting caught in my throat because I had no air. So I was like, I think I need to take something, but like my words were getting kind of broken, but at this point I could still make sentences. It was just being a little bit broken. So it's like, I think I need to take something. I didn't even know what I was saying. I really just wanted her to like know, like, yo, this is not good. So then she gave me a Benadryl, and then she gave me another Benadryl, but she really didn't know this is not good. And then all of a sudden I was just like, I couldn't stop coughing, like I was kind of like wheezing, and then I was like trying to tell her, I was like, I think we need to go to a doctor. We need to go to a doctor. At this point I knew I had to go to a hospital or something, but I just hate hospitals, and I just didn't want to like be like, alright, hospital. Like I wanted to be in the hands of like a medical person, but I didn't want to go to the hospital. So then she was like, we can't just go to a doctor. The doctor's not going to be able to do anything. And she was like, just sit down, relax. I just couldn't even sit down because I'm like, you don't understand in my head. I can't breathe right now. Like, oh my gosh. At this point, I couldn't talk. Like, I was like, eat. Like, I can't even, like, I couldn't act it out if I tried. Like, I can't explain it. Like, it was just like the words, each and every word was getting caught in my throat. So I literally could not speak. And then I was trying to drink water, nothing was working, and I was like, what the heck? So we ended up getting in the car, and I was just like, we need to go to the hospital. In the car, I couldn't even say a word. We drove to the hospital. At this point, breathing was getting very difficult. Like, it was like, you know what I mean? I wasn't actually making those sounds though, but like, in my head, it was like not being able to breathe is something that you cannot understand unless you've been there. I can't describe it to someone who has ever had their airways restricted before due to like allergies and stuff, but if you've ever had this happen, then you know what I mean. It's just something you can't explain because you just can't explain it. So we get to the hospital. My mom was like to the front desk, my daughter is having difficulty breathing, and then like at the hospital in the emergency room, if you have like a more severe case, you don't have to wait or anything. Like, I've gone to the emergency room for like broken bones and stuff, and I will wait hours upon hours upon hours because when people who are like, you know, dying or something or coming in with severe cases, they just expedite you, obviously, you know, and that's how the way it should be. Like, I'm not like I'm glad it's like that because if it wasn't, oh my god. So I got taken right in right away because obviously if you can't breathe, it's not good. The person who first saw me, she was like, what's your name, what's your this, what's your whatever, the basic information. At that point, I could not talk. I was just like, Mom. Like I literally couldn't speak to tell her my age, my anything. So, at that point, it was pretty bad. And now, you might be thinking, like, were you scared or whatever? And the thing is, I was way more relaxed than I would have ever imagined. Yeah, I was a little nervous or whatever. I mean, obviously, if I can't be able to breathe. But, like, you should have seen me 5 years ago, I think it was. Yeah. 5 years ago, whenever I had that whole hospital thing where I went like every single day because I was so scared. Oh, if what happened right now happened 5 years ago, I probably would have died of nerves. Then I hate how you have to go in the wheelchair. I hate that. It's like, I can walk. So yeah, they took me into the wheelchair into like the actual emergency room, and basically they, you know, gave me, I still have a bruise from, if you can see, over 2 weeks later, it's finally fading from the IV. And one way that I knew that like I was okay, I wasn't like how I was with anaphylaxis, was that the IV hurt so badly. When I went into the emergency room when I was having an anaphylactic shock, they put the IV in, I didn't even feel it. Okay? But when they put this one in, I wasn't like, ow, I was in my head, I'm just like, oh crap, this hurts. But the person, you know, IV, like, it depends who's putting it into you, I've noticed, because I've had so many IVs before. Some people are just so gentle with it. Others, this person shoved it in, and then, like, she moved, like, the needle into, like, the left and right, and I was like, so I think that's why the bruising was so bad with this one, because she just wasn't that careful with it. And then they put the IV in, and they gave me a steroid, which basically is just what you do for a standard allergic reaction. I don't know what it does. Maybe it like opens up your airways again, stuff like that. I didn't need the oxygen mask. My oxygen levels in my blood were completely fine, and basically I just have to stay there for like, I don't know, 4 or 5, I think 4 hours. You know, they just gave me like medicine and stuff like that, and I ended up being okay. But the thing is, when I left the hospital, it wasn't leaving the hospital, oh great, I'm better now, like how it always is. It was, I left the hospital, my throat still felt funny. I didn't even know what was wrong with me. What made me have this like happen? Like, I did not eat anything that morning except for tea. I wake up, I have tea, and then I do my workout. So it's not anything I ate. There was like no solution. So going home, I wasn't in a good mood. I was like, this sucks. Like, I don't even know what's wrong with me. What if it happens again? I went to the allergist a few days later, and so we weren't sure if it was exercise induced or whatnot. But basically, we came to the conclusion that since it doesn't happen every single time I work out, it's not exercise-induced anaphylaxis, because otherwise it would be happening every single time I work out. And that is basically like, if it was exercise-induced, I would die. I need to work out. Working out is like my life. So we basically came to the conclusion that it was pollen that did that to me. But that makes me feel so not good. The fact that pollen, which is outside every single second, can do that to me, that's so scary. Like, it's such like a common part of life. Like, pollen is everywhere. I was so scared to go for a run the next few days. Eventually I got back on my feet, did a run, and everything worked out okay, but I've just been kind of avoiding, I don't know, like going outside that much. Like, well, I mean, now I feel like I'm pretty much good with it. I'm just like whatever about it, but like, even like I didn't even want to like go out by my pool because there's pollen. Like, I don't know, I feel like the fact that pollen can literally close my throat like that, that's so scary because it's like, I don't know. It's like even more scary than a food allergy because it's so easy to avoid a food. I mean, it's not that easy actually because nuts are like everywhere, but pollen is everywhere. Also, we did other allergy tests, and I'm allergic to my dog. It is literally, like, I always knew I was allergic to my dog because it's not normal that when you cuddle with your dog you break out into hives. But having it, like, on the allergy test, like, oh my gosh. I'll insert a picture here of my arm. Everything just, like, blew up. I'm allergic to weed. No. I'm allergic to grass, trees. Pollen is, like, in those. Being allergic to grass, that actually really made me so sad because I love to mow my lawn, which is really weird, actually, because, like, I'm a girl, but I love to do that, so it makes me really sad that I pretty much can't anymore. I'm allergic to cats. I already knew that one, but just seeing it made it really sad. And then the dogs. I'm trying to think of what else. I don't know. It's just kind of a bunch of things, but the dog really got me. I've been kind of trying to stay away from my dog lately, which is so sad because I love her. Okay. But yeah, so basically I'm completely better now. 100% fine. I have not had anything happen of that nature since the incident. And I'm completely A-okay, 100% fine. And yeah, it was just like a scary Saturday that was unexpected. But yeah, I'm so thankful for nurses and doctors. I really am. Every single time I go to the hospital, just so thankful that they do what they do, and they're just such great people. But yeah, so I'm gonna go, but I will talk to you guys later, and I hope you enjoyed this little story, and have a great day. Bye. And, you know, be careful about that pollen, because, you know, I don't know. I just don't like pollen. Hey guys! My voice